Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the FCS Football channel, and today we are back with another match preview, this time for our first game of the UEFA Champions League, and that is our game against Young Boys all the way from Switzerland. Now, of course, like I said, this is our first game of our Champions League campaign. Obviously, our group containing Atalanta, Villarreal, who of course beat us last year in the Europa League final, and like I said, Young Boys, who is our first opponent for our campaign. So, what do we know about Young Boys? Obviously, Swiss champions. And if we think back to 2018, you will remember we actually played Young Boys in our Champions League group that year under Jose Mourinho, beating them 3-0 in our first game against them, I should say, with Paul Pogba scoring a brace, one from the penalty spot, and Anthony Martial, so our French duo, guessing the third. While in our second game against them, we actually only won that game 1-0, thanks to a last-minute Marouane Fellaini goal. But of course, this team is much and greatly different to that team that played in 2018, and I'm sure Young Boys is just the same. In Manchester United's last game, we of course played Newcastle, and we absolutely tore them apart, didn't we? 4-1. Bruno Fernandes getting on the score sheet, as he always does, as did Jesse Lingard. And of course, the main man, Mr. CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo, scoring a brace on his second debut at Manchester United, securing all 3 points. And what was most pleasing about the performance and the game was the performance. We were fantastic. We dominated the game. We were comfortable in possession. We looked fantastic. And we really sit down and marker saying, we are Manchester United. We are here not to take part, not to make up the numbers, but to win a Premier League title, to try and be there and be the best team in the league. And we looked fantastic. I have to say, we really, really did. Young Boys in their last game also won, also scored 4 goals. They kept a clean sheet though. They won 4-0 against FC Zurich. Now, if we're going over to the team news, there's nothing really new to report here. Rashford, Ahmad are both still out. Alex Telles, he's 50-50 whether he'll play or will be at least available to select. Dean Henderson, Scott McTominay should be available for selection. That's about it really. I mean, it's a pretty much fully strength side. So, with that in mind, this is the team I believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will run with today. And we're starting off with Dean Henderson in goal. I think we're going to see again like last season, our goalkeepers constantly change. Do I like it? Probably. It's not ideal, is it? But look, Dean Henderson has to play some minutes this year. It's as simple as that. Against Young Boys, look, they can only be considered the weakest team in the group. So you've got to have a bit of faith in him. If Dean Henderson is what we believe, and what we believed at the end of last year is this fantastic goalkeeper that is capable of being Manchester United's number one, he has to be good enough to be able to play against Young Boys and get a clean sheet, really, and win this game. So I'm going to go with what I think Ollie will go with Henderson. I think he'll then go for the same back four as always. We know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer likes to keep this back four very similar. We saw how many times last year it was Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw. I think that's going to be pretty much the same this year. It's just Varane now coming for Lindelof. Midfield, Scott McTominay and Paul Pogba. I think he likes McTominay. I think he wants to see if this midfield duo works. We've seen him constantly go back to it time and time again, even though I don't believe it works. I think we've seen it too often. I think we've seen it not work too often to believe it could ever work. But I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does like it. We saw it in the Europa League final, for example. So I think if McTominay is fully fit, I think he will go with it. I then think he'll go with Jadon Sancho on the left, Greenwood on the right, Bruno at 10, and Cristiano Ronaldo up top. I think he will just stick with the same front four that beat Newcastle and was very convincing against Newcastle. I think he wants this group of, these 4 attackers to get build a relationship with each other. I don't think Greenwood is in a position you can drop him. Cristiano Ronaldo scored twice. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will run with him. Bruno, he doesn't drop Bruno, does he? The only way I can see Cristiano Ronaldo being taken out maybe is for Cavani. Obviously, Cavani picked up a knock in training just before game against Newcastle. That's why he won in the squad. So if Cavani has recovered and is available for this game like he should be, from what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, it was only a slight knock, so he will be fine. I would consider playing Cavani, but I think Ole will go with Cristiano Ronaldo. My team looks like this, however. I've gone for the same goalkeeper, Dean Henderson. As I said about Dean Henderson, if he is good enough to be Manchester United number one, or will be considered to be Manchester United number one ability in the next few years, he has to be at the level where he can play against young boys. It's as simple as that. Back four, I've then gone for Dalot, Varane, Maguire and Shaw. I think with Varane and Maguire, keep them playing together. Build that relationship. They're early on. They look fantastic already. But let's keep playing them. Let's get that partnership built. And then we can maybe start thinking about rotating a little bit more between them. But at the moment, while they're fresh, keep playing them together over and over. Because first of all, they should be able to do it. And second of all, get that partnership of actually playing games built into the two. And they will become even better. Dalot at right back. I think give Wan-Bissaka a rest. He's had a good start to the season. Give him a rest. Play Dalot. This game is a good opportunity to rest a couple of players. While also you don't want to rest too much. Young boys are still a good team, you have to remember. I think this is a good opportunity for Diego Dalot, who I believe played quite well during pre-season. I would have played Telles at left back if he's fit. But like I said, he's about 50-50. So that means Luke Shaw is obviously going to have to fill in at left back. You're not complaining about Luke Shaw playing at left back, are you? Midfield, I would then actually go for Van der Beek and Scott McTominay. We've seen it once, I believe. That was against Watford. It was all right. I think young boys, they're a team we should be beating. Get Van der Beek in that midfield. Get him some minutes. Play McTominay. Look, if it doesn't work, maybe you bring on a Matic. I don't think Matic can play every single game. Matic was fantastic against Newcastle. We got to see Matic playing in the Premier League in the first team, next to whether it's Pogba or Van der Beek. So I would rest Matic in this game. That does mean Scott McTominay has to play. It's as simple as that. I wouldn't play Fred. I don't think Fred would work next to Van der Beek. I don't think there's enough height in that midfield, again, especially against a young boys team that won't be as good as us technically on the ball. So physically, they're going to be up for it. And I think you need someone a bit more of a McTominay mould than a Fred mould to win the aerial balls, to just get around the pitch. So I've gone for them too. But like I said, if it's not working at half time, maybe you do take off a McTominay and bring in a Matic. In the front line, I've then gone for Anthony Martial on the left, Greenwood out on the right, Jesse at 10 and Edison Cavani up top. For me, I think Martial, look, he's getting back to his best. I think he was absolutely pivotal in that goal against Newcastle for Lingard's goal. That dummy is sublime, and that is the type of thing that stats don't tell you about. It's just individual quality, it's football intelligence, and that's what Anthony Martial has in abundance. Even when he's not having his best game, stats-wise, his football intelligence is always there, knows when to make the right pass. And now with Cavani here, with Cristiano Ronaldo here, I see his future more as a left winger at Manchester United. I don't see how he plays over Cavani, how he plays over Cristiano Ronaldo, how he plays over Mason Greenwood even, who the fans clearly want him to be playing a striker when it's not Cristiano Ronaldo. And when Rashford gets fit again and Sancho eventually moves to the right, because he will move to the right, because that is where we signed him to play, I think that left-hand side, without a Martial playing there, it looks a bit weak. So I think Martial's future this season will be probably off the left, so I would start him there. Lingard, rest Bruno, so get Lingard in there. He played well against West Ham. He's done quite well in pre-season as well. In that number 10 role, he can roam. We know he's a player that can play off the right, can play off the left. So we'll get to see that from him, and allows Martial to maybe drift in a bit more central, where we know he likes to operate, and we can maybe see that a bit more from Anthony Martial, who, like I said, in the last few games is looking back to his best. Maybe all we need to see really is him find the back of the net once or twice. Greenwood out on the right, he's undroppable at the moment. He's a young lad, he wants to keep playing football. Confidence is sky high, let him keep doing it. And then I've got him for Cavani up top. Like I said, I think he will be fully fit. If he's not, Martial probably moves up top for me, and you probably move Lingard out to the left, and you either start Bruno, maybe you start Mata, maybe you put Van der Beek at 10, you play Fred maybe, or Pogba. Or maybe you just start Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not a bad headache to have, is it, if you're a Manchester United manager? Do I play Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba, or do I not? But look, just on the game before we end this preview, we need to get off to the best possible start, don't we? I mean, how often have we seen Manchester United? Well, this season in the Premier League, we got off to a good start, but when you start to kick on, we fall off. Think back to the Southampton game. We didn't play well against Wolves. Let's not have that this time. Again, last year in the Champions League, we beat PSG 2-1 on the opening day, and we were fantastic. Anthony Martial, I remember, was absolutely phenomenal in that game. Yes, he scored the own goal, but he was fantastic. Rashford obviously scored last minute. We need another game like that, and then we go on to our next game. I believe that is against Villarreal. Do the same. Atalanta, do the same. Play Atalanta again. Do the same. Play Villarreal or whoever it is in the 5th game. Win that. Be through. And then in the last game, no matter what, we can play a second string team. Knowing we're top of the league. Top of the group. Bish, bash, bosh. We're through to knockout rounds. Like we couldn't do last time out. That is important. I believe whatever team, we are stronger than Young Boys. We are better than Young Boys. So we should be able to do this very, very easily. And I believe we will. I'm very confident Manchester United will secure the dub in this game. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 Manchester United win. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button below. Subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Down below there is, of course, a link to the watch long for this game. We do have a watch long for this game. That will start at 5:15 or 5:15. And kickoff is at 5:45 tomorrow or Tuesday. Like I said, thank you all for watching. Let me know your score predictions down below in the comment section below. And I'll see you all in the next one. In a bit. Peace.